Jamie, grand final week. How are you and the boys feeling?
Really excited. Obviously, the last 2 years, it's been nice to reach the end, and we've done it again. And we've always believed, and at the same time, we know there's still one more to go. We're not getting carried away. We're making sure that all the boxes are being ticked this week, and we're coming up against a very good, resolute side.
You yourself, Jamie, obviously the first grand final was in a Sydney hub.
Yep.
Second grand final, you were in hotel quarantine. Just how special is it for you that now you get to experience a proper grand final week?
Yeah, look, other than the game, for the Socceroos against Vietnam at Amy Park, this will be up there with that because it's special. You know, you're playing in front of your home fans, your home family, almost your comfort zone in your home stadium. And it'll be great. I hope there's a great turnout. So far, I'm hearing the ticket sales are going quite well, and we just want to drive that from both sides. I'm sure both teams want to play in front of as full as we can get, and we really look forward to Saturday, and it's going to be a special occasion. Two Melbourne teams. It's not been done for a long time, and I've always said it as a proud Melbourne boy. It's definitely going to be a special occasion.
You are a proud Melbourne boy. You did come out here and sign with Melbourne City before Western United existed. Is there a chance that had Western United existed a year earlier, you would have signed with your hometown team?
You mean Green Gully? No. Look, to be honest, it's for me, growing up and playing my junior football in the West, it's actually great to see Western United, how well they've come. And, you know, like I said, I'm a proud Melbourne guy who, you know, grew up wanting to play professional football, and it gives those kids in that area a team to represent. So it's fair play to them. But like I said, and I've been here since 3.5 years on Melbourne City, and they're the guys that I'll work for week in, week out.
Had some tough meetings against Western United this year. Obviously, you lost them your last time around.
Yep.
What lessons did you take out of those games?
Yeah, you take a few. You know, even the previous seasons, we've had very good battles with them, and it's starting to form a so-called rivalry, if you want to call it. And it's only going to be great for all three of us in Melbourne to have, you know, at the end of the day, we were the top three teams in the league as it stands. So it's great for all of us. But look, we know what we're up against. They're a very good team, and we know we have to be on our game because, you know, whether it's at the back or at the front, they can hurt you in many ways.
It's still a pretty new rivalry. How's it developing in your eyes?
Yeah, good. I think it's obviously great. We're going to finally see a bigger crowd. I think the last atmosphere when we played Western was actually really good. So it'll be nice to have the stadium, you know, so-called full, and cheering for both sides. And you want that. Every player wants that. You don't want to play in front of, you know, very small crowds, and it'll be great.
How important is it for the occasion that you get a big crowd?
It is. At the same time, Melbourne, you know, last year had restrictions on the grand final, and you know, sitting in the hotel watching it on a laptop wasn't ideal, but you know, you could hear an atmosphere, but imagine a few more bodies on seats, and it would make it even better. So I really hope the Melbourne community can come out, and the Victory fans, if they feel like coming to support us again, why not?
What were the celebrations like for you last year? Were you on FaceTime or something in the room?
Yeah, straight away I made sure that I spoke to Johnny Gostre, who was our masseuse at the time, and said, mate, when full time happens, if it's obviously a positive result, I'll be FaceTiming you. And we did, and I got around to all the boys, and there was some good footage from that. So this time around, I'll be there on the pitch, and it's down to us players to perform and try and get us over the line.
Jamie, Melbourne City going for history this week, the first A-League side to ever go back-to-back with Premiership, Championship doubles, if you win. It almost feels like this club has set a standard of excellence that everybody just assumes you will be able to meet.
Yeah.
Is that something you're aware of internally and you demand of yourselves internally?
Yeah, it starts from the top, I think, and obviously our head coach PK drives standards every single day. You know, a misplaced pass in training, you know about it. So it always starts from Monday through to Friday, and come Saturday, if our standards aren't high, then we'll know about it. But one thing I can say is the City Football Group, who have put a lot of backing into our club, that's what you want. Western United have done the same. So all these teams that are starting to get training grounds and all that sort of stuff. So we only want this game to grow. And you know, there's obviously people that want to try and hack it down, but at the same time, we all live in this country, want this game to grow, and for our football to be great. Look at last night. You know, 70,000 coming to watch the A-League All-Stars against Barcelona. That's fantastic. So if that means we can get more games like that, and bring the Aussie crowd, because there's people out there that can come to games, and there'll be people in Melbourne that might be umming and ahhing to come to the game, but I urge you to come.
What would be your message to those, fans that will go and see a Barcelona but won't go and see Melbourne City play? What would be your message to the Melbourne-based contingents of that? Sell them the A-Leagues.
Oh, look, it's as a young kid, you were growing up and you want to play in front of stadiums, and realistically, how many kids can go and play overseas? And you got to start to really know that our backyard's not too bad as well, and you want kids to start to grow up and want it to play, because I know what it's like in Europe. It's generational, and you want to have that generation with teams nowadays. You want kids to wake up and in their Christmas or their birthdays they get a Melbourne City or a Western United jersey and start to follow and start to pass on a legacy and really support a team, because it's special and we want our game to grow. I've always said it, and there's a big reason why I came back 3.5 years, because I want this game to grow, and it's going to take a lot more than myself just to come back, but we're on a good path, and I really hope that that Saturday night really shows that.
How did you feel about the Barca game being played in Grand Final week?
Yeah, look, it's a tough one. I can imagine that the APL and the leagues wouldn't have had too much say, because Barca would have said, look, this is our last La Liga game and we want to be on a plane straight away. So I guess they couldn't do it for next week, albeit I've been a player. If you have had a long season, maybe a disappointing season in Barca's eyes or whatever, so they probably just want to go on holiday, and they've probably got national team duty as well. So I think this was probably the only time realistically that it could be done, and you saw at the end of the day they got 70,000 to the stadium, and yeah, okay, some of us missed out, but I think Saturday speaks for itself, and for guys like myself, Connor and Curtis, who missed out on last year's grand final, it just makes that a little bit special.
Jamie, mentioning Connor and players going to Europe, we already know Connor's off to Europe after this game. He's going to Germany. You've played in Germany. What sort of career do you think he can eke out in Germany, and what will he need to keep in mind to play in an environment like that?
I think he'll just, and I've spoken to Connor about it. He's going to a fantastic club for starters. He's going to have Jackson Irvine there with him, so it's always good to have that connection. But Germany will be difficult, and he knows that. And he's sort of a kid that at the start, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, probably didn't think he was going to start for our team and be so special. But he's now an Alex Tobin winner, and I think that's taken great confidence into him. And he's a star player now. So Saturday you'll start to see big game players like him who starts to believe in himself, and I believe he's got a big future, not only with his club career but his Socceroo career.
Subject to Socceroos, I understand the squad's not being named till tomorrow, so you might not be able to say too much, but in the event you were picked for the Socceroos, could a grand final win give you a real sense of momentum heading into what arguably the biggest game the Socceroos have played in since the last World Cup? Yeah, totally. And not if we weren't to find out before the grand final, my head's still focused on making sure that performances and goals and making sure you stay fit, that gets you on a plane to Socceroo camp. So I've also got to be mindful of that and make sure that I'm not having any sort of outside distractions, and know that us boys that are in contention for the Socceroos or in the extended squad, that Saturday's where you do your business, and that's how you get selected, and it's down to your performance, and they are crunch games, and they're the ones you want to be a part of.